The one Mexican place that we've gone to is Mexican Bar Company. That sounds, they have big chips in on the border. Is it at the mall?
No, it's down the street.
Then let's walk. On the border is the best chips.
We can't walk that far.
Oh, we can. You're a track runner.
Google it real quick.
We'll Google it. Okay, so this guy right here is Mikhail Smith Boyd. He's on HDTV. He is an artist. I don't know if he's local, but he's a big deal. He's on HD television. It's like an upper in Pier 1 imports. So it's higher in. It's gonna be $1,000 items. This is probably well over 1,000. I'm gonna check real quick. Yeah, thank you so much. They got a credit card. No, he is. Boyd is. It's not a person here. Yeah, it's an artist that is on HD television. He sells stuff here. It's pretty cool. We'll get a shot of the outside of it right here. Crate and Barrel's right there. Crate and Barrel. In the 1980s and the 1990s, you would never be able to do any of this. So things have changed because of social media and the amount of people that do it. But back in the 80s and 90s, you could not take your video camera and film anything at a mall. And Crate and Barrel. They give them complimentary and if you use their water.
I need to put up my toilet bowl.
All right, so Linda loves cats, and she has a cat named, or she had a cat named Smokey.
Yay,
And it looks just like that. That looks like Smokey. It's a beautiful cat. Beautiful. All right, right here is Lovebug, okay? Lovebug is a domestic short hair, white pink neck, or white neck?
Yeah, this one is, hold on.
White neck is what they call it.
Doodle.
Noodles?
Yeah, this one.
Uh-huh.
This one.
Doodle, okay. Doodle and Lovebug. And the family was abandoned at a QT. So they were abandoned at a QT, yeah. And this is Doodle and Lovebug. Which one's Doodle?
This one.
That's Doodle.
Oh, what the pink one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Now,
the pink one's Lovebug.
right. It's gonna be, they call it pink, but it's a white neck, okay? Now, this is
Oh, pink collar. Pink collar.
pink collar. It's the pink collar is Lovebug.
Yeah, pink collar.
That's the pink collar. That's Lovebug.
Oh, they're thinking of, oh.
Or maybe that switched to Lovebug. I don't know.
So,
This is Princess. And my name fits.
Yeah, 3 months
Here,
old.
read this for me. My name fits my personality.
Okay.
Okay.
Date of arrival, May 6, 2023. The cat's name is Princess. It's a Torty Tabby, American middle hair, 13 months. My name fits my personality. Although I'm shy and very sweet, I like to live in a quiet home and I'll be fine as an only pet or with cats. So it's American medium hair.
That's Goober.
Then we have Goober, which is an orange tabby.
Orange tabby.
I love to play. I also love treats and chin. And playing the red dot too. Hey, we saw him last week. Cooper, remember we met a Cooper. This
Ghosty.
one. I don't remember seeing this one. Aww.
Ghosty is domestic short hair. A dilute Torty. It's 5'2" and then 23. Very sweet, social. Good couch friend.
Well, remember somebody was getting
work
adopted out
buddy.
last week on there.
Loves.
Can't remember who it was.
Head pets. Okay. Good with other kitties. He's sleeping right now. That looks like him. Looks like it looks almost just like Edmund Tuxedo Casavetes. Very similar, but his name is Pacha.
Did we see him last
Pacha.
week?
Okay, let's read this right here. I was a street kitten turned pampered princess. My family loved me
To the moon.
to the what? To the
moon.
moon. Okay.
But they had to
But they
move.
have to move and can't take me with them. I am great with other cats and children, never been around a dog, but I'm always up for an adventure. And that's Poncho.
What's the date today? 23rd?
Uh-huh. It's a Tuesday.
Maybe we saw him last
2023
I've
May.
never seen him. We saw a black and white cat last
This
week.
is May 6th. He came in. It was Sally. Sally is very active. You You can tell Sally's a very active cat, likes to do backflips. They're like half the cats that we vlogged. This is Odin. Odin is with Tabby. Very friendly with other cats. And dogs, snuggly.
What's too bad you erased that memory? I think we
No, we met him. Yeah, we thought it would look a lot like Edmund. He's a tuxie. They call it a tuxie.
Yeah, I think he just arrived.
Black and white tuxie.
Hey,
Also has a tuxedo cat.
Hi.
Edmund is more well, Edmund's bulky. Let's put it that way. Edmund's had more to eat. Wait, is that his food? No, that's the litter.
Yeah, that's that pine cat litter.
It's a pine cat litter. There's Sally. Okay, we're gonna condense that whole vlog. We did a whole 20-minute one.
I remember Lucy last week.
Lucy? Okay.
Where's Lucy at?
We're condensing it to about 4 minutes or so. We did a 20-minute take of PetSmart. I lost the whole thing on accident because of duplication. But we're not gonna be able to do it because of battery. It's a parakeet. Because the battery's low and I have to. Okay, so we're right here. Come to PetSmart, pet charities. Come there. There's 10 million pets adopted, and we are just getting started. Boy, that sunset went quick.
Alright, hold on.
All right, ready and cut. All right, this is the second part of the show. Welcome back to the Please Subscribe show. It looks like we got something. We're on our way to pick up something and drop it at your doorstep. All right, we're gonna go to Whataburger and pick it up. We're in Plano, so it's gonna be a Plano Whataburger, and it's 0.7 miles. We'll be there in 3 minutes, and the time will be 8:34 on the arrival time. I gotta stop and get a little bit of gas and things like that, but don't worry, the Whataburger is pre-made. They keep it under a heat lamp, and the French fries are usually really crispy, and I'll ask for extra ketchup. I don't know, it's coming out weird colored. Let's see if they have Diet Pepsi. I gotta pick up a Whataburger. They got Pepsi. But, oh well. We'll just go with essential vitamin water. It's got vitamins in it. So we got some vitamin water and some almonds. Yeah, they're like the really good almonds. Okay, and then we're gonna get some gas. I'm gonna pick up your Whataburger. Look at this here. So, all right, we'll just do like two things at once here. We got some almonds. They're basically blue almonds, bold vinegar, salt and vinegar. A little snack. And I got vitamin water refilled at $1.07. So these are basically about the same. All right. We are at Whataburger. We're going to pick it up and drop it off at your doorstep. We got a field mouse. He's just running down that way. It's a Whataburger field mouse. They sometimes survive on loose French fries. Yeah, he's going this way. Occasional stray cat gets them. All right, we're gonna see what we can get. Actually, we're picking up an order. Yeah, one pickup for Pixel Dough. Or Pixie Dough or something like that. I'll look at the name is weird. You got your Whataburger. We're gonna go 2.5 miles. We'll be there in 6 minutes at 9:09 in the PM. That's the Post Meridian, in case you didn't know. And Whataburger's right here.
All right, we're at
The Livingston or something like that. I don't know if that did anything at all. Now we're good. Second try. Okay. Alrighty then. Now we're good. Second try. Okay. Alrighty then. Door lock. All right, we're gonna see if this gate, yep, there, we're good to go. I always film the gates. One gate hit my car. I don't know if you saw that vlog. It's okay, it's just a little bump on the, nothing major. But it was out of control gate. We're off of McCamey. Let's see if we're gonna switch over. We're doing the Red Hot Chili Peppers thing. Strip my mind. All right, we'll go around this way. You ever see a movie called Fighter? It's the best fighting movie ever. Mark Wahlberg and a guy named Christian Bale. They haven't made a better fighting movie yet. Maybe Rocky, maybe. Skinny Pete and Friend notes, okay? Skinny Pete and Friends, the sequel to Better Call Saul, my favorite show. Now, we have Skinny Pete and Badger in New York City talking to the Guitar Man, which is going to be a continuing character. I created him. That's me. I'm the one writing it. The Guitar Man is. The Guitar Man is... He's a guitar player and a songwriter that goes to coffee bars and writes these kind of eccentric songs and has a woman that he loves and is very obsessed with that's a little afraid of him named Elle. That's all I know on Ella right now. But Ella's story is she's actually from Russia. And she snuck over here and left Russia. She first jumped on a plane. Well, customs wouldn't let her through Moscow. So she snuck into Ukraine during the height of all the war and everything and jumped on a plane and ended up in New York City with the Guitar Man. That's what he calls himself. There's going to be a side story with the Guitar Man and Elle. But we're not going to get into that yet. We just met him the other day with Skinny Pete and Badger at the new coffee shop, which is right there on Times Square. Now, we're going to have to go back to James McGill and Kim Wexler. So the next note card that we're going to create is going to be at a True Blue Hilton, which is in Albuquerque. And Wexler, well, James McGill and Kim Wexler are going to have a reunion. Okay? Now, you're probably thinking, are they going to go con artist style? Or are they going to go legit? And the answer is, they're going to go legit. Because now that James McGill has already experienced prison for God knows how long, and we'll talk about how long that is later with Kim Wexler, we're going to have maybe Kim talk about her situation at the firm and what she had to go through after James McGill got put into prison for all the bad things that he did, being Slippin' Jimmy. So this is going to be a conversation that they have. Maybe they have like a movie night for the reunion, and they're watching some old movie. It could be Alfred Hitchcock, an old Alfred Hitchcock movie. James McGill has decided to go completely legit. Like, he's even kind of religious. It's kind of weird. Almost like a minister. So someone got into his head, in his heart, in prison. And all of a sudden, Kim Wexler is listening to him talk, and he's talking about different stuff in the Bible. And she's like, wow, Jimmy, you've really changed. So this is a big transformation for James Morgan McGill, known as Slippin' Jimmy. Okay? So I'm gonna let that stew. And we're gonna make a note card. We're gonna put imagery, what Alfred Hitchcock movie they're watching in the background. And Jimmy's gonna mention something kind of religious, and Kim Wexler is gonna be like kind of blown out off her, her mind a little bit. And I'm really impressed with you, James. You're reading the Bible. And he's got the Bible on his lap in the scene. Because there's a Bible in every single hotel across America. It's a type of Bible, too. Do you know what the name of that Bible is? A lot of people know the name of the Bible. It's called a Gideon Bible. They put those Gideon Bibles in every single hotel room across the United States of America. So James McGill is going to have a Bible on his lap. And they're watching Alfred Hitchcock, and he's kind of reading it, and he's not really paying attention to the movie that much. And Kim Wexler is probably wearing, pajamas. And she's eating popcorn and drinking a glass of wine and watching Alfred Hitchcock. Glad to be right back to her partner, or right next to her partner, James McGill. Then James McGill is going to read a quote right out of the Bible. She's going to respond with, wow, that's really amazing, Jimmy. You're reading the Bible now. That kind of thing. And then he's going to talk about being on the inside a little bit. That's the conversation. We're going to have to put it on a note card and let it stew. And then we'll go from there. Talk a little bit about Guitar Man and Skinny Pete and Friends and Ella. Guitar Man, I'm not going to release his name probably ever. But she even calls him the Guitar Man, or she calls him GM. Or she calls him G or GM. Ella is his love interest. And she's from Moscow. Well, she's not from Moscow. She's from Russia. She's from P.s.s, Russia. But she had to live in Moscow and had a rough life in Moscow. She worked for a fake telemarketing group that also scammed American men, mostly American men, in a scam artist group, I guess you could call it. It's a bunch of scammers where they did a thing called the Visa Passport scam. What it is they get in touch with people through email that are single men or men that are divorced, usually divorced men, divorcees that are desperate. And what they do is they ask if they can get help with their visa and their passport. And they get money sent to them through Western Union. At first they get their visa, then they get their passport, and then they get their plane ticket. And that cost about $1,500 so they can get to the United States. She did that for a while she was in Russia, and then got, I guess she got filtered in to Moscow, where she made a phone call to a few guys and to even get more money. And that final little trick that she does is $2,000 to get her through customs. And that was enough money to get her to the Ukraine. Then once she's in the Ukraine and the war broke out, she went ahead and got a ticket and flew to America because she was free at that point. Then when she landed in America, she met GM, which is Guitar Man. And then they have a relationship. So she's smart because she can scam anybody. What they are is they're a mirror reflection of James McGill and Kim Wexler, the Guitar Man and Ella. I do have Ella's full name. I will be putting it in the script sometime down the line, but I know how her name is spelled and everything. I think I have it maybe on this device. We'll look a little bit later. She's based on a real character in Russia. Okay, got through that. So we'll have to find an actress that can do a Russian accent. And I can play the guitar man perfectly fine. The guitar man, he's messed up. He's kind of stutters sometimes, or he doesn't get all the words right. He likes to play guitar. He's a complete artist. Okay, that kind of thing. Flies off his handle, or flies off the handle sometimes, and misspeaks, and sometimes just gets upset. Really eccentric guy. That's the guitar man, or known as GM. All right? All right. So I just wanted to get some character stuff for Skinny Pete and friends. Okay. All right, we made it to the colony. Things look a little dry right now. So I'm going to give it to about maybe 10, 15. I might get a snack. We might get a cigarette order from 7-Eleven. We could get another Whataburger. Whataburger runs all night. So I may be jumping the gun a little bit. I could even try to 11, I guess. I'll be such a wimp. This thing changes almost every time I come here. This thing right here. This reminds me a lot of Arlington Stadium, or the Arlington area where the Cowboy Stadium is, or they call it AT&T Stadium. This little area is kind of similar. It's a neat little art project right there. I don't know what it is though. There's the escape game, which is known as the escape room. Never played it. Mike could do something like that with Skinny Pete and friends, where they go to the escape room.
You're back online.
Oh, it wasn't even online. Okay, that may be a difference. Now, they have a Jesus thing. And I think it's funny that James McGill becomes really kind of born-again Christian. And he also becomes kind of the godfather to Skinny Pete and them trying to making them go legit and doing a legit YouTube show, trying to cover all the legal battles that they may run into. And Killmexer also helping. They're not going to be major characters, though. It's going to be the guitar man and L. And then Skinny Pete and Badger will have this little side story where they're developing their YouTube show. This is P.F. Chang's, but that's called The Will. And they're doing his story, which is a Broadway tent at Grandscape. That's where you go in. This is a traveling show. I have no idea what it's like. But it's a traveling show about Jesus. And it's called His Story. It's a musical. This has got to be wild. Look at this right here. They've had some good ones. Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstars, big deal. This one travels in a tent. And they were setting it up the last time I was here. They put purple lights all around here. Look at that. There's the crown of thorns right here. Performance begins May 5th. It's already began. January, February, March, April, May. It'll go into June probably. Amazing. Lots of air conditioning for the actors. You can see that. They're running that through. I'm sure they're air conditioning the whole tent. The traveling tent. Here's some photos of it right here. What they want it to look like. It's certainly an adventure in tents. But they probably got a Jesus in there. The whole thing. I don't know if it's more of Luke or more of Matthew or more Mark or what type of, witness a book that it's going to be. Now that's really cool. And if you finish up there, you're like, wow, that was a great show on Jesus. You can go to Nebraska Furniture Mart. Get yourself some furniture. They got all kinds of ways you can apply for financing at Nebraska Furniture Mart, Texas, which is right there in the colony. I'll tell you what. Let me go around to about 10. Let me check the map. Let me go around to about 10:30. If we're still dry at 10:30, we'll just head back. This is a special day anyway, because we went out and saw Linda. And pretty big vlog. The furniture one, the one that was the Lux, that one's probably going to be the good one. That's where we're testing out the furniture. It's probably a pretty interesting thing. Now, I could have James McGill and Kim Wexler doing like their own vlog show. that might work too. Like they try it out to see if they can get hits, and that way they can share the information with Skinny Pete and Badger, who's trying to succeed in it. And they're already doing good. They got 300,000 subscribers, but they're trying to go gold with 1 million. Or is gold? Yeah, gold is 1 million, I think. I think 500,000 is one reward. There's definitely 100,000 subscribers. That's silver. Then 1 million is gold, and then diamonds is even more. Or I could be wrong. I'll have to check the order of things. That's maybe some dialogue that Jimmy McGill might talk about, or that Kim Wexler might talk about to him. I think they can communicate that to Skinny Pete and friends. So it's kind of a crazy story. Whoops, let's see if we got anything. Okay, it's kind of a crazy story because they are Skinny Pete and Badger meet people that, and then we follow their story, right? The people that they meet. So if Skinny Pete and Badger meets the guitar man and maybe L, or at least the guitar man, then we follow the guitar man and L for a little bit, and they're vloggers. Well, they're not really vloggers though. He's more of a musician. He just, they all vlog. But if they're an artist, they probably would. But they get at least they get an interview with him, and then we can follow and see the crazy stuff that they do. As in the guitar man and L. All right, so we have an Amber Alert that just went through. A Subaru is what they're looking for. Carvana is right there. You want to get your car at Carvana. They'll drop the car right at your doorstep. I don't know where they put the keys though. Probably they mail them to you. I don't know. They may put them up here. That's the thing up that way. So make sure you're there when the car is dropped off. They could put it behind the wheel. I don't know. Carvana again. You want to get your car at Carvana. They'll deliver it right to your doorstep. Remember, they'll put the keys right up by the visor. Taco Casa is my very favorite, and this is like if an alcoholic's outside of a liquor store, and they got a new type of mint tequila or something. I really shouldn't. You know what? Hang on, I'm getting a text. Is one item. The Super Burrito, which is one of my favorites, is 550 calories. I can go with just the nachos, and they're saying it's 550. I would have room for that because I'm only at 1,100 calories roughly right now. That would bring me up to about 1,700 calories, and I wouldn't feel as weak and stuff. I really shouldn't, but I do plan to go on a hike tomorrow. I do have to get back eventually to Edmond, and I may get a diet drink because their drinks are the best bricks. That means the way that the soda goes in for the soda, the soft drink, it mixes well with the ice. It's the best drinks in town. Meaning they mix the way, it's called bricks. It's how they mix the carbon with the other stuff, which is like I'll look it up in a minute. So I'm gonna get a diet soda. I shouldn't do this, but it's like I'm gonna be driving all the way across town, and really I shouldn't be vlogging right now anyway. Oh, y'all are closed? What about the drive-thru? The drive-thru? No drive-thru? You're closed. Oh, they're closed at 10. I lucked out, so I could stay on my diet. They just now closed, so I missed it by 4 minutes. I was contemplating over there about 2 minutes whether I should go in and break my diet, and I'm not gonna go in for it. So how did Taco Casa close so early? I got a Dickies over here, which is even worse. Oh well. Beer, lime, and salt. Or this is Celebrity Texas right here. It's like a little Clear Channel thing. Oh well. Okay. I'll be okay. Probably go by 7-Eleven, get some soda or something, and wait. Lights just went off in the middle of Taco Casa. But they got, listen, I don't recommend, if you're on a diet or if you're healthy, don't go in here and do this, but their combination burritos, they're so dang good. Meat burritos, bean burritos, super burritos, just the best. And then they got these thing called Taco Lights. But only on special occasions, if you stuck to the diet. I may have lost 10 pounds over the past month or so. Linda said she could tell a little bit. But I've been doing my hiking, and I thought, well, you know, might as well go in and spurge a little bit. But we'll get a snack somewhere, and I'm probably going to get maybe another soda, or a diet soda or something that keeps the caffeine going. I got to drive 45 minutes, and I'm praying to God on my knees nearly, don't vlog the ride home. I don't have the room for it. Don't yell about Biden. Don't yell about anybody. Don't talk about the new Liberty Party. Just all of a sudden you're in Dallas, and then you just appear in Fort Worth. Please pray with me that we can do that so I can limit the vlogging. I'm working the best that I can. All right. All right, we're going to head over to 7-Eleven. That's a Happy's Market. I haven't heard of it again, or haven't heard of it before. But then we're going to head to 7-Eleven. It's going to, oh my goodness. According to this, it's going to be 9.3 miles to 7-Eleven to pick up your tobacco products. We'll be there in 20 minutes, which will be 10:29 in the PM, post-meridian. I'm getting a little groggy. I'm probably going to get some Coke Zero, get some caffeine in me. So we're going to pick up your Marlboro cigarettes, and then we're going to drop it off at your doorstep with appropriate age. These are the only ones where you have to knock, and then you have to get the date of birth. And we're going to kind of get through this real quick. See if they're going to let us over. And he is, yeah, I see. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Anyway, he'll be there in a minute. Like we got ourselves a lift back there. Kind of see. There he goes. He's just getting ready to pick someone up at a restaurant. Probably the Blue Mesa. Racetrack, here we go. And I'm going to start studying Better Call Saul so I can find out these scams and these ways of piquing the interest of the public, which is what the show did. So we're going to study some of it, and this may be a long process. This could take a few years. And we're going to study some of it eventually, but I don't have access to any Better Call Saul episodes, so I'm going by memory only. It's like a Shakespeare thing. I'm going to get some soda. You can even have racetrack points too. So I usually put mine in too. So what they did was it was $1.07. The one in Fort Worth, they always comp me when I put my number in. Well, since they charged me for my soda, I went ahead and got a little snack. I'll put this candy down for about 100 calories. Most of this is Coke Zero right here. So put this down for about 100 calories or so. It's like a little skim off the top of the yogurt thing. So we are headed, we're going to be headed to 7-Eleven. I just wanted to vlog some of these restaurants here while we're out here in Plano. This is known as Olive Burger. So it's fresh and fast. You can get French fries. And there it is, Olive Burger. Unfortunately, they're Monday through Saturday, 10 to 10, and only 9 p.m. I wonder if they put olives on the burger. All right. All right. We pulled up to 7-Eleven. You can get your Marlboro cigarettes. And then we'll just drop them right at your door with the appropriate age. Because we have to ask for a birth date. Which I think is they're very kind of, I don't want to get into it. All right. Yeah, they have a cigarette called Gambler Kings. That must be a good one. You get 200 regular cigarette filtered tubs? What do they call it? Are those cigarettes? There are 200 regular cigarette filter? Regular cigarettes, they call them tubes. Why would you call a cigarette a tube? It's kind of weird. All right, so I got your 3 packs of cigarettes. These are NXTs. I don't recommend any cigarettes. This is what they're drinking, and I mean smoking. Sorry, smoking. And then I got a Del Pickle, so that's a little snack for a little bit later. We're looking for 4421. I gotta look at the layout to see building numbers before I even really start searching for anything. Yeah, that didn't look good over there. I have to find out how I'm gonna find it. There's 39 on the building. Probably we're looking maybe for a building that says 44. Yeah, these late night ones, you got to get the ID, so you can't just... Sometimes, in some cases, though, what's been weird about the Runner app, if they reoccurring do it, if they do it over and over again, they just have you take a photo of it. So you can leave it at the door whenever they ask you to take a photo. You're not really supposed to per se, but it doesn't say in the app that you... It just says take a photo of the item. Done that a few times. That means they've done it several times, so they trust them by then. Like they've used it 50 times or something, you know. You just have to take a photo of the item. So on this one, we're gonna have to double check to make sure that it's the right number before we knock. Over here, the easiest route. Yeah, it's gonna be these guys right here. Here is, we're gonna try to drink the pickle juice. So we'll probably puncture a hole in the side and suck all the pickle juice out until it's dry. It's better to use a straw if you have a straw. This can be very messy and very frustrating. So I'm gonna wait till I have a little bit of time. We're gonna finish up this order because we're picking up, I'm assuming, Whataburger. And it's gonna be in 10 minutes. We'll be there in, 10 miles. We'll be there in 22 minutes. And we'll arrive at 11:23 in the PM. And after that, I'm gonna eat my pickle on the way home. Because Edmund the cat, I only gave him a little bit of dry food because he is on a diet. My cat got a little obese, okay? He's a fat cat. And I've been feeding him a little bit of dry during the day, and then he gets about a half a can of wet. So he's hungry, and I'm gonna head back to Fort Worth. So we're gonna get the Whataburger and then cut and then magically appear in Fort Worth. Please, God, pray for me that we magically appear in Fort Worth and there's no vlog in between. Because that vlog in between is too much. So pick up the Whataburger, drop it off at your door, and then we'll be back. Damn advertisement, I'm taking that damn tollway. I need to put it on non-tollway. I hate when they do that stuff. When they try to make you go on the tollway. It just makes me mad. This guy behind me, I'm already going 40. How fast does he want me to go? He's going like 60. We're on a passage road, not too far from Stonebriar. But it does make me mad. I don't see why they would do it. You know, get on the tollway. They do it every time. I gotta go in there and program this to not take tollways. I did it with the other one I use, which is called Google Maps. But I guess it's not programmed in there. They use a different one that connects into your Waze. And Waze is just used for convenience because it's the quickest one to go through. Ideally, Apple Maps is probably the best. We got a Lyft behind us. Lyft's a pretty good company. Of course, if I do Lyft, I'm gonna have to use someone else's information. I'm banned from Lyft for life. Not to ride, but to drive. I can't use Lyft permanently for life. I can use them to ride. So it's not a problem with riding, but I can't work for them anymore. It's a long story with a lady from Philadelphia that I accidentally put 5 stars in for my rating. She started kicking the seat. Man, why you put that 5 stars in there. I didn't ask you to do that. I'd go like this. I'd be like this. Oh, sorry about it. Yeah, I got a problem with my app. My Lyft app's acting funny. I know you're being dropped off right here. Do you mind if I see your phone for a minute? And they're like, sure, because they've been drinking or whatever. Then I'd take their phone and I would end the ride, and then my face would come up and I'd hit 5 stars and hand it back to them, because they're not gonna let you work for it anyway, because they'll lower the rating. And they canned me, sent me this whole community guideline thing. I hate that thing. Facebook does it too. That's against our community guidelines. I'll tell you what, if I ever start anything like Facebook, anything like Twitter, anything like, my brother's in web design. He's my half brother. He's a genius that's in web design. But if I do anything like that at all, I wanted to do my own driver app, you know, kind of like Uber or Lyft. But if I did everything like that, there's not going to be any community guideline stuff. We know what that means. It's a bunch of trash, you know. That stuff is trash. They don't know the half of it. That lady was drunk. She was going to give me 1 star no matter what on that Lyft ride. I was talking to her about Philadelphia and making her mad. The one major problem that I did driving for rideshare, when I drove for Uber, is Lyft, is I opened my mouth. I talked, you know. You don't do that if you're going to be a driver. You got to be as quiet as you can. Now, you might say a few words, but that's about it. If you yap or show any pride, they'll lower your rating. And also, you got to detail your car each night. You got to make sure your car's spotless for the next day. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a pickle. You know, Christopher Marlowe, he was killed over a pickle, a sweet pickle in a bar. Probably Shakespeare went there too. He was a spy, and he wrote plays like Dr. Faustus. That's what he was killed over, a sweet pickle. This is a kosher one that's salty. It was a heck of a sweet pickle. Stabbed in the eye. True story. I'm gonna cool it off a little bit.